Egypt, 1250 BC. The most powerful empire on earth is ruled by one man. His word is law. His face is God. His name, Ramesses II. The Return. XT Sinai Desert. Dawn. A sea of golden sand. Silence. Then, a man walking. He's barefoot. His robe is the robe of a shepherd, not a prince. His staff is plain wood. His face is weathered, older than his years. A vast sea of golden sand dunes stretches endlessly under a soft, early morning sky with gentle hues of orange and pale blue. The atmosphere is quiet and still, with no signs of civilization, just open wilderness. In the midground, a solitary man walks across the Ramel, Moses, around 60 years old. He has weathered dark brown skin, a lean, slightly gaunt face, deep-set, tired brown eyes, and a long, unkempt dark beard with streaks of gray. His hair is shoulder-length, rough, and wind-touched. He's barefoot, his feet pressing into the cool sand. He wears a simple, worn shepherd's robe in muted earth tones, beige and dusty brown, slightly tattered at the edges. In his right hand, he carries a plain wooden staff, slightly crooked, unpolished. His posture is steady, but heavy, like a man carrying invisible weight. His expression is thoughtful and burdened, eyes focused ahead. Soft, golden light from the rising sun casts long shadows behind him, highlighting the texture of the sand. A faint breeze lifts small particles of dust into the air. The composition emphasizes isolation. Moses is small against the vast, endless desert. He stops at the border of Egypt, looks down at his feet. The sand beneath him has changed. It is darker here, Egyptian sand. He has not stood on this ground in 40 years. He does not move for a long moment. Moses, VO. I did not want to come back. A man who runs from something for 40 years learns to love his running. I had a wife, a flock, a fire I tended in the evening. I had forgotten Egypt the way you forget a bad dream, until the dream found me again. On a mountain, in a bush that burned and would not turn to ash, and a voice that knew my name. He steps forward into Egypt. Interior Palace of Ramesses, throne room, day. The grandeur is almost obscene. Columns thick as ancient trees, walls painted in lapis and gold, incense coiling in the still air, priests in white, guards in bronze. Pharaoh Ramesses II sits on his throne like a man born to sit there, because he was. 42 years old, magnificent, the jaw of a conqueror, the eyes of a man who has never been told no. His queen, Nefertari, sits at his right. His vizier, Kentkaus, stands at his left. A servant enters, trembling slightly. "Servant, my lord, there was a man at the eastern gate. He says his name is Moses." A pause. Ramesses does not blink. Ramesses. Quietly. Moses. He says the name as though tasting it, testing it. An old memory surfaces in his eyes. Ramesses continues. Bring him in. Into palace, throne room, moments later. Moses walks the length of the hall. His sandals make no sound. Every eye in the room is on him. He walks with the unhurried pace of a man who is not afraid, not because he is brave, But because he has already made his peace with what will happen, he stops before the throne, does not bow. Long silence. Ramesses II in ancient Egypt. The hall is vast, symmetrical, and overwhelming, with towering columns, gold accents, lapis blue details, and drifting incense smoke under warm divine lighting. Moses enters the frame walking slowly along the long central aisle of the hall. He is a 60-year-old man with weathered dark brown skin, a lean, slightly gaunt face, deep-set, tired brown eyes, a long, unkempt dark beard with gray streaks, and shoulder-length rough hair. His expression is calm, steady, and unshaken.
He wears a simple, worn shepherd's robe in muted earth tones, beige and dusty brown, slightly tattered at the edges. He is barefoot, and his steps are silent on the polished stone floor. In his right hand, he carries a plain, slightly crooked wooden staff. Every guard, priest, and court member turns their gaze toward him, forming a visual corridor of tension and attention. Their faces show curiosity, suspicion, and unease. Moses stops directly before the throne, but does not bow. The silence in the room becomes heavy and absolute. The lighting remains warm and golden, with incense smoke drifting slowly, enhancing depth and tension. The mood is charged, reverent, and confrontational. A ripple of tension through the court. No one speaks to Pharaoh like this. Ramesses, a thin smile. And yet, here you stand, alive. Which means I still remember the boy I grew up with. The one who beat me at archery every time and pretended he had not. Moses says nothing.
You look terrible, by the way. Where have you been? A shepherd somewhere? Moses, Prince of Egypt, tending goats. I have not come to exchange pleasantries. I have come with a message from the God of Israel. The God of Israel. Egypt has 3,000 gods, Moses. What is one more? Which God is this? He is the God who made the other 3,000 look like painted wood. He says, let his people go. Release the Hebrews from bondage. Let them leave Egypt. You walked all the way from Sinai to tell me that? Moses, the Hebrews are not slaves. They are the labor of Egypt. They built Pithom. They build Pi-Ramesses. Without them, every monument you see, every wall, every granary, nothing. They are not people here. They are the machinery of empire. You might as well ask me to stop the Nile. I am asking exactly that. Get out of my throne room. Come back when you have something worth saying.
Palace courtyard, evening. Moses stands outside with his brother Aaron, older, gentler, perpetually nervous.
Aaron, he said no. As I expected he would say no. Can we go home now?
No.
Aaron.
Moses. Aaron, something is coming. I cannot stop it. I could not stop it even if I wanted to. I am just the messenger. The message has already been decided. Aaron looks at the palace walls, the guards, the impossible scale of Egyptian power.
What is coming?
Moses looks up at the sky. The stars are beginning to appear. Something that will make Egypt remember this night and every night after. Act 2. The Breaking. Title card. The 10 Plagues. Not random disasters. A systematic demolition of everything Egypt believed in. East River Nile, early morning, day 1. Moses stands at the bank,
Aaron beside him. The Nile, mother of Egypt, giver of life, worshipped as the god Hapi, glitters brown and wide in the dawnlight. Moses raises his staff, touches it to the water.
I will
Nothing.
not yield.
Then, a ripple. Moving upstream, against the current, the water near the staff darkens, deepens, spreads outward. In seconds, red. Blood red. Not like mud, like blood. Warm and viscous and alive. Fish float to the surface, dead. A woman filling a water jug upstream screams and drops it. The red spreads, miles, all directions. The entire Nile, bleeding. Amenhotep. My lord, our priests have replicated the effect on a smaller scale. It is a trick. Chemistry. Minerals from the eastern hills, perhaps. It is not a trick. My lord, I grew up on that river. I have swum in it since I was 4 years old. I know what it looks like. That is not minerals. Beat? Send for more water from the eastern wells. Tell the people it is temporary. And do not let me hear the word Moses inside these walls tonight.
Frogs bursting from the Nile, cascading through streets, into beds, into bread ovens, into the palace kitchens. The sound is deafening. Ramesses lies awake at night, the ceiling of his chamber alive with croaking. Lice, a fine dusting that becomes a storm. Priests cannot perform rituals with lice upon them. The temples fall silent for the first time in 200 years. Flies, black clouds that block the sun over Pharaoh's district, while Hebrew villages remain untouched. This detail reaches Ramesses, and it chills him in a way the blood did not. Livestock pestilence, Egyptian cattle dying in the fields. Hebrew livestock? Fine. The economy of Egypt begins to buckle. Interior, palace, war council chamber, day. Ramesses sits at the head of a table. Around him, military generals, priests, advisors, all of them aged 5 years and 2 weeks. General Horemheb, my pharaoh. The soldiers' morale is failing. They ask questions I cannot answer. Why does the sickness not cross into Goshen? Why do the Hebrews not suffer what we suffer? Ramesses? Because Moses is arranging it that way. He is a clever man. He wants us frightened. Kentakis? Vizer? My lord, perhaps we should consider... Ramesses? Sharp? Consider what? Kentakis? If one slave walks free because a foreign god demanded it, then my authority means nothing. Every subjugated people in this empire will look at what I allowed, and they will ask, if the Hebrews go, why not us? No, the Hebrews stay. Silence around the table. In the corner, Nefertari watches her husband with an expression that is not quite pride. Exterior, Goshen, Hebrew village, night. Moses sits outside a house. Children play nearby, Hebrew children, untouched by the plagues. An old Hebrew woman approaches and sits near him. You are the one they say speaks to God. I hear a voice. I cannot always explain it. My grandson is 12. He was born a slave. His father was born a slave. His grandfather. 5 generations we have been here. Pause. Is it true? Are we leaving? Moses looks at the darkness beyond the village, toward the palace. Yes, but not yet. There is more to come, and I am sorry for that. Why must there be more? Because the man on that throne has never lost anything he loved. And a man like that, he won't let go until he has. That is not my cruelty. That is just the truth of who he is. Interior, palace, Ramesses' chamber, night. Complete blackness. Not the darkness of night, the darkness of nothing. The
kind that makes you press your hands against your face to confirm you still have one. Ramesses sits on the edge of his bed, alone. No candle works. No torch catches. Ra, the sun god, the chief god of Egypt, has been extinguished. He is breathing hard. A knock at the door.
Who's there?
It's me.
She finds him in the dark, sits beside him, takes his hand.
Ramesses.
3 days of darkness. 3 days, Nefertari. Ra cannot push back the dark. My priests cannot push back the dark. I was declared a god on the day of my coronation. I sat on that throne and let them place the double crown on my head, and I believed it. Do you think I am a god? Long silence.
I think you are the greatest man I have ever known.
That is not an answer. She says nothing. Send for Moses.
Interior. Palace. Throne room. Still dark. Torches brought from some reserve finally catch. Ramesses sits in the half-dark. Moses stands before him. Go. Take your people. Go worship in the desert. But leave your flocks and herds.
No, Ramesses. We will not know what God requires of us until we arrive. We must bring everything, every animal, every person. You ask for everything and give me nothing. I am not the one asking. A long moment. The two men stare at each other across 3,000 years of history. Get out. Get out of my sight. If I see your face again, I will have you killed. I don't care who your God is. Moses turns to leave. At the door, he stops. One more plague, Ramesses. The last one. I would trade everything to spare you this one. But I cannot. And I am sorry. He walks out. Ramesses stands in the flickering dark. Alone. Act 3. The Crossing. Title card. The night of the Passover. Egypt will never be the same. Neither will Moses. Interior. Hebrew homes Goshen. Evening. Every Hebrew household. Lamb's blood painted on the doorposts. Families inside. Unleavened bread. Bitter herbs. The smell of a meal eaten in haste. Moses moves from house to house, checking. His face. The face of a man who knows what is coming and cannot look away. Interior. Palace. The Nosui. Midnight. The Prince of Egypt. 8 years old. Asleep in his bed. His nose sits in the corner, dozing. A shadow moves through the room, not cast by anything, not the shadow of anything visible. The nurse jolts awake, looks at the bed. The child is still, too still. She screams. Interior palace, Ramesses' chamber, moments later. The sound of the scream reaches Ramesses before his servants do. He is already moving, down the corridor, robe flying, bare feet on cold stone, faster than a man should move. He reaches the nursery door. He stops. He cannot make himself go in. A servant opens the door. The nurse is weeping on the floor. The child. Interior shot at the doorway of the royal nursery in Pharaoh Ramesses II's palace at night. The corridor is dimly lit by flickering torches, casting long, trembling shadows across stone walls and floors. Pharaoh Ramesses II stands frozen just outside the nursery door. He is a 42-year-old ruler, tall and powerful, but completely halted, his body rigid, unable to move forward. His face is filled with dread, fear, and resistance, as if he already knows what awaits inside. Inside the nursery, partially visible through the doorway, the nurse is collapsed on the floor, weeping uncontrollably. Her body is bent forward, hands covering her face, overwhelmed with grief. The child is not fully shown, only implied. A small, still form lies on the bed in the background,
partially obscured by shadow and distance, preserving emotional weight without explicit detail.
The composition centers on the threshold, Ramesses standing outside, unable to cross, while the reality inside the room unfolds without him. The lighting contrasts the flickering torchlight in the corridor with the dim, still light inside the nursery. The mood is heavy, heartbreaking, and restrained, grief held at the edge of realization. Nothing. Outside, the sound of wailing begins to rise from the city. One voice, then 10, then 1,000. From every house in Egypt, the cry of loss rising like a tide. Ramesses does not weep. He sits in complete stillness. He sits that way for a very long time. Interior, palace, throne room before dawn. Moses is summoned. He comes. Ramesses does not sit on the throne. He stands at the base of it, in his plain robe, barefoot. He looks 10 years older than he did yesterday. Moses enters, stops. The two men look at each other. Ramesses' jaw moves. He's trying to speak. He tries again. Ramesses, broken. Go. Take your...
I am sorry, Ramesses. Truly. He turns and walks out. Exterior, Egypt, the Exodus, dawn. 600,000 people moving over the eastern horizon. The sheer scale of it is staggering. A river of humanity stretching to the horizon. Cattle, children, carts, elders carried on backs, babies in arms. The sound of it, like a city that has decided to stand up and walk. Moses walks at the front, Aaron beside him. They do not look back, or Moses tries not to look back. He looks back. Egypt, the pyramids catching the first light, the palace, the only home he knew for the first 40 years of his life, the only world he understood. He turns forward again. Exterior, Egyptian palace, gate. Later that morning, Ramesses stands on the palace wall, watching the last of the Hebrews disappear over the eastern horizon. His general, Horemheb, approaches. My pharaoh. They are gone. Silence. Horemheb continues. My pharaoh. We could still stop them. The chariot corps. Ready the chariots. My lord? Ramesses turning, and the grief has hardened into something colder. Ready 600 chariots. I want them by sundown. Horemheb hesitates. He is a general, but he is not a fool. My pharaoh, consider what has happened these past weeks. The plagues, the darkness, My son is dead. His voice drops to nothing. My son is dead. And I let the people who killed him walk away. Beat.
Ready the chariots. The Hebrews have reached the water's edge. The sea stretches before them, vast, dark, impossible. Behind them, the distant rumble of hoofbeats and wheels, torches on the horizon. Panic begins to spread through the crowd. Hebrew elder, to Moses, do you see what you have done? You brought us out of Egypt to die here, between an army and a sea? This is your miracle? Moses turns and looks at the Hebrews behind him. Hundreds of thousands of faces looking to him, afraid, angry, exhausted. He turns and looks at the sea. He raises his staff. For a long moment, nothing. Then, wind, coming from the east, building.
The surface of the water begins to move in a direction water should not move, drawing back, retreating. Walls of water rising on either side. A path through the sea, dry ground. The crowd goes silent. Moses steps forward onto the dry ground, looks left, looks right. The walls of water, green and black and immense, holding. He looks back at the people. Moses, quietly, but every person hears it. Come. The crossing. 600,000 people walking between two walls of water.
We stay on faces. An old man who never thought he'd see the night. A young woman clutching an infant, unable to look at the walls of water on either side. A boy of 10, running, laughing, terrified. A group of men who spent 30 years as stone carriers, walking for themselves for the first time. Moses walks at the back, making sure everyone is through. Exterior, Red Sea, Egyptian side, same time. Ramesses watches from his chariot as the last of the Hebrews disappear between the walls of water. His charioteer looks at him. Ramesses makes a decision he will regret in 3 minutes. Forward. The chariot corps moves into the dry corridor. 600 chariots. Exterior, Red Sea, far shore, dawn. Moses stands on the far side. The last Hebrew has crossed. He looks back. The Egyptian chariots are in the corridor, moving fast, coming. He looks at the water, the walls holding.
He raises his staff. He brings it down. Exterior, Red Sea, catastrophe. The walls fall. Not slowly, instantly. The weight of an entire sea, suspended by something that was never physics, returns to physics all at once. The sound is... There is no word for the sound. Exterior, Red Sea, far shore, dawn. Moses stands at the water's edge. The sea is flat and ordinary again, as if nothing happened, as if 600 chariots were never there. He stands for a long time. Behind him, the people are celebrating, singing. Miriam has taken a timbrel and the women are dancing. Moses does not celebrate. He stares at the water. Aaron approaches, stands beside him. Aaron. It is finished. Moses. Barely audible. Those were men. Egyptian men. I knew some of their fathers. Aaron. They would have killed us. Moses. I know. I still cannot celebrate.